right, I gotta move the camera back. So you move your camera.
Yeah. Hit the like button, please. Hit the like button, please. We about to get into it. We about to get into it. Yeah. Let's do it.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
Wow.
Don't allow him in.
Right.
Because we can't only blame him. We gotta say, well, I'm allowing him in the bedroom.
Right.
Yeah. Everybody hit the like button. $25 on 2 hours. Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs all at the top of the chat. Or super chat, super sticker, dollar symbol on the right of the chat box. Yeah, we only staying on YouTube a little while, and then we're gonna go over to Rumble so I can review Pop the Balloon, the Arlette Pop the Balloon. So we're gonna kick it on here for a little minute, but but then we're gonna move over to Rumble, like the second half, so I can review Pop the Balloon. But yeah, let's get the donations up though, and the likes up. Rare Breeze, let me know something in the live chat. Hold on. What up, Ricardo? All right, let me pull the live stream up on my TV, and then we getting started. All right, so the YouTube page that I have pulled up, this chick is essentially a online hooker. She's selling sexuality. I'm not saying she's taking dicks for, coins. I mean, she might be doing that too, but I'm just saying she's selling her sexuality on her YouTube page. Check this out. Is there any coincidence that all her shorts are basically showing off her ass? No, it's no coinky dink. You know, pretty typical. Nothing we not used to seeing from XXs.
I want to make some extra money on the side. That's my business, not yours. It's your business.
So let's check her out. She was on Pop the Balloon. What up, X? Let's see what groundbreaking stuff she's posting on YouTube. I'm sure some stuff that can really, enhance your life.
I'm doing a deep clean of my bathroom. As you can see, I'm clearly happy to do so. Fun fact about me, I love listening to music, especially when I clean up. So as you can see, I was just vibing out a little bit, but I don't want to do too much talking in this video. I just wanted to come on and thank you for clicking on this video if you're new to my channel. And
Yeah, this is just a weird coincidence that she's shaking her ass. She just happened to be shaking her ass in this video because that's what she always does when she cleans. She's listening to music and shaking her ass. But it's all coincidental though. She's not trying to show her ass on purpose on this video. That's not the intention. She's just having some good, clean, fun dancing while she's cleaning. What up, Ivan? Glad you called alive.
especially if you're a returning subscriber or a member, shout out to you guys. I love you so much. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos. If you're new to my channel, not only do I do cleaning videos, but also try on hauls and cooking, just to name a few things. If you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to leave a comment. And if you're new, I hope that you consider subscribing to my channel. As I mentioned earlier, I'm not going to do too much talking. So whether you're relaxing or cleaning up yourself, I hope this video adds some light to your day. Enjoy!
Like seriously, Who's coming on here just watching her clean to bring some light to their day? Or who's coming here to try to get a nut off? Like, what percentage of the people who let's see how many people watch this video. What percentage of the 5,600 people that watched this video were watching it just to see somebody clean for the sake of seeing them clean? All right. Just wondering. Look, I'm about to go get something to eat. I'll be right back. Back. Did anybody finish? Did anybody climax while I was gone? No homo?
And so you've been a homosexual all your life, you said earlier, right?
Ooh. Hey guys, welcome back or welcome. Let me start over. Hey guys, welcome back. I got popped. Ooh. Hey guys, welcome back or welcome. Let me start over.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real. Is this camera on me? Yes, it's on. That's stupid. Use your common sense.
What kind of shit is that?
Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. If you're new, I'm Kay, and this video is a little different from what I usually do. So if you saw by the title, I got popped. If you're new to this channel, I'm just gonna go ahead and reintroduce myself. I'm Kay. I've been on YouTube for a little while. I usually do like try on hauls, cooking, cleaning, like just random like lifestyle content, but I do have a lot of new subscribers. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. However you found me, I'm thankful for you. This video is particularly about Pop the Balloon. So a lot of people have subscribed since I appeared on Pop the Balloon. And so I just want to talk about like my time on the show, getting popped, whether or not I found a match, all that good stuff. Before I get started though, I just want to say that if you do enjoy this video, I hope that you'll consider subscribing to my channel. I just want to continue to grow. I love making content for you guys, whether you're new or you've been here. If you've been here, special shout out to you. Love you down. I don't know what that was. Love you. Let me just get right into it. So backstory, how I ended up getting on Pop the Balloon. Funny story, my mom actually signed me up. My mom actually watches like the show, like I think more than anybody that I
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real. Like what? What?
know like immediately that I know, and like I have friends that watch it or whatever. So like I watch it sometimes with her, and like one day she's like, "Oh, you should try out," and I think I like sent the email thing, and I didn't
What kind of shit is that?
hear anything. So then like a lot has went on this year. So like I was in the process of moving, and like I get a lot of like spam calls. You know how you get the spam calls, scam likely. So I saw this number call that I didn't recognize, and something told me, I'm gonna say the spirit, in the good words of T.S. Madison, the spirit told me like answer this call. So I picked up the phone and they're like, "You've been selected, blah 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 blah." So I'm like super excited. Found out I had to go to Phoenix.
Okay, she's quoting T.S. Madison. If I'm not mistaken, that's a transformer. So if that ain't a red flag, I don't know what is. If one of her idols is a transformer, that's a little suspicious. Yeah, that's a dude. Yep. This is one of her role models, people. Take a mental note of that.
And they're like, "You've been selected, blah 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 blah." So I'm like super excited. Found out I had to go to Phoenix, and I was like just finishing up moving, so everything ended up working out good. I was so freaking nervous to go up there. If you're new, like I'm a content creator. I have like 154,000 subscribers. Not subscribers, I'm sorry. I have 154,000 followers on Instagram now. That's
like nobody gives a fuck. It's not to hurt your feelings at all. It's definitely not. Again, I think it's impressive. I'm not getting ready to go throw a party for this hoe. I don't care.
up from 3,000 last May. Like that's crazy growth in a year. Like I can't even believe that I
Yeah, because you showed your ass on Pop the Balloon. You wore this tight, short ass dress, and niggas was just trying to see the cheeks. That's all. That's why you. That's how you went from 3 to 100 and something. I couldn't go from 3 to 100 and something just from being on there. Just never mind. So yeah, let's get the donations up if y'all want me to stay on 2 hours. Um, we're gonna go over to Rumble, exclusively to Rumble, uh, here in a minute, so we can go over the new Pop the Balloon episode. So if you want to see, well, if you want to stay tuned in to me tonight, you're gonna have to go over on Rumble to continue with me. So I'm gonna probably go over there in about another 10 minutes. So if you haven't subscribed on Rumble already, go ahead and hit the link below on Rumble so you can see the rest of this stream. Let's keep it going.
can't even believe I just said that, but 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's just to name a few things. But anyway, I'm saying all that to say, like, it's one thing to make videos, like, it's one thing to sit in my room and make videos or like make stuff for Instagram, but to like find out I'm going on something as big as Pop the Balloon that gets like 1 million views for each video. I was so nervous, y'all. Like, oh my God, I was so nervous. Can't say too much about like what happened like behind the scenes of the show, but it was a really, really cool experience. Getting up to the show, like, I go to Phoenix, which it was my first time there. I'm a Florida girl, so the heat in Florida is very humid. In Phoenix, it was a dry heat. I just did not know, like, I didn't know how to take it. The best way I could describe it is I felt like I was in an oven. If you've been to Phoenix, you know what I mean. But if you haven't, like, it just feels like you're in an oven. One thing I can say is like my phone kept like overheating. Sidebar, we do the show, goes good. I don't end up finding a match. Getting popped. I got popped by 2 people, and I think I popped the other like 3 or 4. I don't know how many people it was, but being popped wasn't really like a bad thing. I did have like one person there that was like very interested, but I just personally didn't like find a connection there. And I will say, like, it looks one way going on the show, watching it back and seeing the answers to the questions and stuff, but I just feel like until you go on something like that and you know how it feels to like be in that spot, like it's easy to be like, oh, why would you do this or why would you do that? But like when you're in that moment, like for me, I was so fucking nervous. And then you don't know what people are gonna ask. You don't know how they look until they come out. Like, so it's very much like speed dating. But all in all, I had like a really, really good experience. Even though I didn't like find love, I'm still open to it. Now, what I really want to talk about is after the show aired and like just how everything has been, like what's happened with me, like if anything's changed with my life, all that good stuff. I didn't know exactly when the show was going to air, but one day, my Instagram, I'm used to getting like a lot of comments and stuff like that. But one of the comments said, oh, who's here from Pop Balloon? And I'm like, oh, shit is happening. Just something I want to put out there. Like, I think I've talked about it before. I have anxiety, like, and I know a lot of people have anxiety, but I have really bad anxiety. So before I became like a content creator, I had Instagram, but I didn't post up there for a long time because like with my anxiety, something about me getting attention, and this is going to sound weird because of how many followers and stuff I have now, but something about me getting attention, like for example, like on my birthday, like I would never post on my birthday because I was stressed out in my mind about like, what picture am I going to post? Is anybody going to tell me happy birthday? How many people are going to tell me happy birthday? Then like when
So glad I'm not a woman. I'm so glad I'm not a woman. Living in their brain is hell. This is why a lot of them they don't like spending time just with themselves because this is the type of shit they wreck their brain with. This is why they got to stay busy at the club, get an extra job, go back to school, anything, but sitting with their own thoughts, anything.
post on my birthday because I was stressed out in my mind about like, what picture am I going to post? Is anybody going to tell me happy birthday? How many people are going to tell me happy birthday? Then like when people did tell me happy birthday, it just like I don't know, it just made me feel in my head. I felt like everybody was like looking at me. Like that's kind of how my anxiety feels. So for me to even become a content creator, I had to like get over that. Nothing about posting and like knowing that people
Yeah, it's a glory story. It's a redemption story. People posting booty shots on social media is a redemption story.
anxiety feels. So for me to even become a content creator, I had to like get over that. Nothing about posting and like knowing that people are gonna like view me or look at something that I post and have like opinions on it. It just makes me very, very anxious, or it made me very, very anxious up to a certain point, which is, now I post all the time. So I don't really feel like that. I look at it more of like my career. So I'm not really focused on like who's gonna comment, but more so like numbers, like how many views am I gonna get, how much this, how much that. By the way, if you're watching this and you have some questions about being a content creator, if you would like me to make a video about that, let me know. I haven't really done that, but that's a question I get like a lot in my day-to-day life. But yeah, like how many comments, how many views, shares, all that. Now I look at that stuff, so I feel like I don't really stress out about that stuff anymore. But going on Pop the Balloon, those feelings that I used to have came back because like, oh my god, I'm on this really big show. I don't know who's gonna see it, like family, friends, exes, ops. I'm so serious. Like, you don't know who's gonna see your shit. Like, you don't know how people are gonna respond. And like, it's different posting something on like my platforms, but on this platform, I'm like, there's so many people that are gonna see it. And then the comments and the clips and all of that stuff. So when I saw that first, like, who's here from Pop Balloon? I'm like, oh my God. So with me, like, I found out, we could post certain stuff, like, like certain stuff we can't talk about, like for legal reasons, but I found out I was able to like take a clip and promote it on my social media, which is what I did. But my thought that day was like, okay, oh my God, wait, fast forward. So I'm like, I can't believe I skipped this. So I'm like, oh my God, I gotta watch the episode. But my anxiety was so bad, I did not want to watch the episode. Like, I just didn't want to watch it. But I was alone in my room. So I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and look at it. So, girl, I open it and I'm in the fucking opening, like the first one to walk out. And I'm like, oh my God. The reason I was like, oh my God, is because I was nervous the whole time I was there. But particularly when I had to do that part, I was so freaking nervous because I didn't like practice. So I just kind of was like, okay, I'm just gonna like walk in. I think I'm gonna put it side by side so you can see what I ended up doing. So when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, like I'm the opening person. Like, oh my goodness. No way, no way. So I watched the episode and I'm like, okay, like I think
Whole personality is, look, I got a fat ass. That's her whole personality. You could tell. Just look at this. Look at how she come
I was
out.
like, okay, I'm just gonna like walk in. I think I'm gonna put it side by side so you can see what I ended up doing. So when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, like I'm the
You could just tell. Like, look at this fat ass. Like, that's her whole confidence. Her whole self-esteem and confidence is based on what she's dragging back there. The wagon she's dragging. And it's fucking pathetic to base your whole identity and all your confidence and self-esteem off off a butt. She would literally have a nervous breakdown if, I don't know, let's say, I mean, I guess she's already slim, but let's just say somehow she lost her ass, like her big ass. I don't know how that would happen, but just roll with me. Like, she would have a literal nervous breakdown.
I was so freaking nervous because I didn't like practice. So I just kind of was like, okay, I'm just gonna like walk in. I think I'm gonna put it side by side so you can see what I ended up doing. So when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, like I'm the opening person. Like, oh my goodness. No way, no way. So I watched the episode and I'm like, okay, like I think I did okay. I know how I look. So to me, I'm like, I was so nervous. Like one thing that I kind of regret is I didn't like really let my personality show, and it's very hard for me to do when I'm nervous. I felt like the way I answer certain questions and stuff, like up until like maybe towards the end of the episode. So anyway, I see it, I do the clip, I make a little, like, I screen record it, edit it, and I put it on my page. And whenever I post, like, I'll share it to my page and then I'll share it to my story. And I'll never forget in my story, I'm throwing my phone across the room after this. I put a shout out to them. Baby, I took my phone and I was like, I'm going to put it here. And yeah, then I told my family, my mom, my dad, my whole family, they all watched it. And I was like, oh my God. My grandma, like I told both of my grandmothers and my granddad, and like my one grandma in North Carolina, she watches it all the time now, and I'm just like, I think it's so cute. Aside from that, my life after that hasn't really changed much, to be honest, just because like I've already.
Why does that not surprise me?
Of course not. Of course not. Of course not.
been like a content creator, I would say that I have gotten a lot more subscribers. Like you might want to been watching. Shout out to you. I have gotten like other, opportunities and stuff. People like reaching out, whether it's like creators or businesses or other platforms. That's been a really great thing. And I never really saw myself like being on the show. Like I never would have expected, like, you never know like what direction your life's gonna go in. From like picking up my phone last year and deciding to like record like a random reel to being like here, I never would have, I never would have thought that it would have led to that. But overall,
Being here, like she acting like she Beyonce now. Okay, 100,000 Instagram followers and 10,000 YouTube subscribers. If you can't monetize it in a way where you're really making a real living off of it, who gives a fuck? It's plenty of people with 500,000 Instagram followers and they don't know how to monetize it. So I don't know why she acting like she a celebrity now. Well, let's get the donations up if y'all want me to stay on 2 hours. We about to go over to Rumble and get off YouTube so we can go over the new Pop the Balloon episode. New Pop the Balloon episode. Oh yeah, in a couple more minutes, I'm going over exclusively on Rumble to go over this. Hopefully, y'all follow me there.
I'll say I had a really, really good experience. Like it was definitely a great experience. I liked Phoenix. Not somewhere I would live, but other than the heat and the food, I didn't like the food. I'll say that I didn't like the food. But other than that, I had a really great experience on Pop the Balloon. Getting popped did kind of make me reflect on some of the things about myself. Like one of the things that I do regret saying, I was asked what is one of my toxic traits. And the thing that I ended up saying was that I can be rebellious sometimes. And when I said it, I immediately regretted it because, okay, I'm an Aquarius and I'm not trying to blame it on my sign, but I just feel like a lot of things with zodiac signs are true. Like everything isn't true, but certain stuff I find is true. Like
Fight for my life.
What are the lies that you're hearing that disturb you most?
Oh my God. All of them.
me personally, a lot of friends or a lot of people that I vibe with, especially women, are Aquariuses, and I just find like similarities in our personalities. So when I say rebellious, it was just like the first thing that came to mind, and I was immediately like, oh my God, I wish I wouldn't have said that because it makes me look like I'm just going out and just doing stuff to like intentionally be rebellious. But what I meant when I said it was, this is something that I've been told before, and this is something that I am aware of that I can be this way, but it's something that I want to work on. I was just trying to like acknowledge it, and I feel like it came across like I was saying like, oh yeah, I'm rebellious, and if you say this or do this, I'm gonna rebel against you. Like I'm not gonna lie, like I catch myself doing it sometimes, but I just want to make it known like it's not intentional. So that was
Forget how you feel about me. Hate me if you want to, love me if you want, but just use your common sense.
one of the reasons that I got popped on, and I understand, but I don't know, I felt like I was being honest in that moment, also wanting it to be known that like I'm not going out and like intentionally being this way. I think that this is a personality trait or characteristic for me.
That's I don't know. I mean, it's kind of worse. It's just who you are. I mean, yeah. I mean, most modern women are rebellious, and that's the last thing a man want to hear. Look, she's probably over 30. She looks over 30. Look, fellas, we don't need to be detectives. If she's single over 30, that's really all you need to know for us her not being a good dating option.
And I'm aware of it, but I admit that it's a toxic trait, so it's not something I'm proud of. So I think when I said it, I just felt like, oh no, I wish I wouldn't have said that for me. And I'm aware of it, but I admit that it's a toxic trait, so it's not something I'm proud of. So I think when I said it, I just felt like, oh no, I wish I wouldn't have said that. If I could go back, I would have said that I've been told like I need to work on my communication. Also was a red flag, but like that's something that, I'm admitting I'm being open about. So could it have been held against me is the same way that, my rebelliousness was? Absolutely. But like, I don't know, I just felt like I wish I would have said something else. But that goes to my point. Like when you're on something like that, you don't know what you're gonna be asked. So your response could be like, you don't know what your response could be. Like you could say something that you normally wouldn't say, but you had the time to like, really sit there and think about it. Other regrets I have, Not really. I will say a lot of men have been shooting their shot, honey. Like, and not just with me, but like other like contestants. Like I've heard, like not only on my episode, but like other episodes. Like the DMs are flooded. My DMs are already flooded, but they're like super duper duper flooded now. So
You still single. I don't know why they. I mean, they all like look. All they care about is temporary dopamine rushes and like just temporary attention. Yeah, your inbox has always been flooded since you were 18 and still no man. So what the fuck is wrong with you? Well, you're rebellious for one, and you're an online hooker essentially. So that'll do it. That'll keep you single, especially when it comes to the guys you're gonna respect and want.
Hi, how are you? It's better if we find somewhere private, baby.
on my episode, but like other episodes, like the DMs are flooded. My DMs are already flooded, but they're like super duper duper flooded now. So if you happen to be one of those people and you're watching this and I have not responded to you, I am so sorry. But it's so many people. Like it's just very hard to. I already have a time responding to my DMs and my comments and everything, but being on something like that, it just like it just took it through the roof. So I'm just like I'm
And just notice, fellas, nothing you could do in a relationship will ever equal to that much attention and validation. No amount of fancy trips or nothing, buying roses. One man will never be able to live up to that height. And that's why she is a forever single. She'll forever be single. This woman will never be in a lifelong, lasting relationship, even if she get into a relationship on her deathbed.
and everything, but being on something like that, it just like it just took it through the roof. So I'm just like I'm very overwhelmed, but for the most part, everyone's been super sweet. I was kind of worried about how people would respond. I have gotten some negative comments, but like you know what, with negative comments, that's one of the things. Like I can't sit up here and lie and be like, oh, I don't care about negative comments because I'm human. I was worried about like how I would be perceived, like how I answered my questions and stuff like that. And a lot of people didn't agree with a lot of the stuff that I said. One of the like responses that I have been getting, I'm not gonna lie, that does kind of get to me sometimes is like some people, a lot of men in particular, have like been like, I thought you were one way on the show, and then I go to your Instagram and you're this way, and I'm just like, I'm me, take it or leave it. And I
They've been leaving it, baby. They've been leaving it for at least 12 years officially on the dating market. So you saying take it or leave it, that really don't mean anything. They've been leaving it, babe. I mean, yeah, they're irreversibly damaged. So I see why they had an attitude like take it or leave it because they can't change even if they wanted to. She is who she is at this point, a bad dating option. But I don't know why. I mean, the dudes who thought you were going to be anything different. I mean, the dress and the way you presented yourself on the show signaled that you were pretty much an online hooker. So I don't know why they had any other expectation when they went onto your Instagram page. So them niggas was goofy from the jump.
I've slept with over 200 men.
You know, sometimes we get so wrapped up in how a problem bothers us, we don't see what the problem really is.
the show, and then I go to your Instagram and you're this way, and I'm just like, I'm me, take it or leave it. And I guess some men feel like I perceive myself as one way on the show, and then they go to my Instagram and they see me like dancing, or they see the way that I dress, and they're like, "Oh, how are you gonna find love? How's anybody gonna take you serious?" Part of me is like, I get it, but the other part of me is like, honey, I'm me. Like this is me. I wear what I want to wear. I do what I enjoy doing, and it works out for me. Everybody's not gonna like it. I can't really base like my life on trying to make everybody happy because you can't make everybody happy, especially these men. Like, do I want to find love? Absolutely. Like, I didn't find it on the show, but if I sat up here and I tried to please everybody, like, I would just be trying, like, and trying and trying. Like, no, it would be never ending. I'm kind of
Look, when it comes to this, pretty much all men are the same, especially men who have options. They don't want to wife up a hoe. The only man who's gonna wife up a hoe or take a hoe serious or take a woman serious who's showing her body all over line, it's a dude who can't do any better, and he just happy to have a bitch by his side, any bitch by his side, and we know she don't want a man like that with an inbox full of messages. Why would she settle for a guy like that who just got to take what he can get? She wouldn't. But Yeah, the type of guy who she would, want to be in a relationship with and respect. He's not trying to wife up a hoe. Essentially, an online prostitute. It's not. It's never gonna fucking happen.
Glad that I have been making content and stuff and that I've been getting like negative comments and negative feedback along with the positive, because when that was new to me, it got to me a lot, especially because it's not just men, it's men and women. And I still get men and women that say like negative stuff to me. People online can be really mean. They can be very mean, especially like in those Instagram comments, even in YouTube comments sometimes, but really, really on Instagram. People can DM you from their personal pages and from anonymous pages. So like a lot of people talk a lot of shit from like anonymous pages because
Welcome to the internet, hon. Welcome to the internet, Touch. And it's crazy because she's so gassed up. I don't think she's cute. Like I think she's a 4. So it's crazy, man. We live in a time where 4s feel like they're creme de la creme. Yeah, she's cooked. I hope she found peace in her life though. Before I was dating and romantic stuff, now she's done.
She's a waste of fucking space, dude. She might be good to cut down her throat, something like that, and after that, she's fucking in the dating market. She's done.
All right, let's go over to Rumble. I'm ending it over here on YouTube. If y'all want to continue watching, click the Rumble link in the description. We about to go over Pop the Balloon. Also, get the donations up if y'all want me to stay on 2 hours. Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs, all at the top of the chat. Or Super Chat, Super Sticker, dollar symbol on the right of the chat box. Let's get it. Hold on, let me just drop the link real quick. Let me drop the link. Let me drop the Rumble link. Hope it works still. Let's see. Let's see if it works. Link in the description. Yep, it worked. Rumble link in the description. Rumble link in the description. It works. It works. All right. See y'all over on Rumble, hopefully. Let's do